Hello YouTube, this is Edmonkey and welcome to my synopsis, if you will, or a little reduction of the PlayStation meeting, live stream meeting of the 20th of February 2013, where they were going to give you information on the PlayStation 4, which everyone wants to know, but maybe do they not want to watch a 2-hour video? So here you come, because I'm going to tell you kind of pretty much everything you need to know. So let's get started. So they start off with Andrew House coming out, and he basically says PlayStation 4 is for the gamers. It will be linked up with your smartphones, your iPads, and with the Vita, the PS Vita. And then that's pretty much all he says. He doesn't say much more than that. And then they have Mark Cerny come out, and he comes on the wrong side of the stage, and you can see himself, and he goes, and they're like, "Oh, isn't how we practice in rehearsal?" No, it is how we practice in rehearsal. Not funny. Right, so he starts off by saying about the specs, and he goes, "We've got supercharged PC architecture," to it like that, so it's like a superhero, you know, it's like a PC with a badge. And then he says the CPU is one that we use a lot, which is the x86. And then you got your high enhanced PC GPU, your graphics, and then he goes on about you got 8GB unified memory, which is pretty fast, but he gets really excited and almost poops his pants, I think, about it. And there we go. And then we got the local storage unit, basically a hard drive. Right, so then we go on to another bit that most people are excited about, which was the new controller, the DualShock 4. So what have they done? They have made the buttons nicer, better, just more responsive and tighter. They made the rumble a bit more better, and that's what they've added new is a headphone jack, touchpad, a share button, a light bar, which can be used with a stereo camera, so it can track it apparently, so it can't escape. You know, if you got those escaping controllers, that's what you need. Next thing they do, they show a clip, show off some of the graphics, which look, ooh, nice, pretty. And then you get to see your first game trailer, which is actually created by Mark Cerny, works on it anyway, and it's called Knack, which is about a little robot who kind of uses its surroundings, like bits of metal, bits of rubble, to create himself to be a big thing against a fight against the goblin. So, right, so now what does he go on about? He goes to the simplicity of the game, and he goes, you can put it into sleep mode, so basically when you're playing a game, you put it in sleep mode, it'll keep the game where it is, but it's on lower power, and you just quickly come back to it and you can play it. Loading speeds will be faster, downloads will be faster. It has a secondary custom chip for background processing, so for when you're downloading, it will do it in the background apparently, and in sleep mode as well. And then also downloading and playing a game, download a game and play the start, because it downloads the beginning, and as you're playing it, it will download the rest, so you don't have to wait apparently. This is what the other thing. They say, oh, simple, this means elegant. No, simple reminds me of Lenny from Of Mice and Men. Can I pet the rabbit, George? Can I pet the rabbit? No, no petting rabbits. So, next thing they go on about is the social side of it, so that you can go back over your gameplay and upload it, because apparently it stores a certain length of gameplay on it, and just upload that if you want. You can watch your friends playing live, apparently, and who wants that? I'm not being funny. I don't want no backseat gamers. No backseat can tell me, go right. No, we don't want to be having that. Might be turning that off. Also, you can take over the game and help them. I don't think so. No one's taking over my game. No. If they get stuck or something. And then they're trying to make it a bit more like Facebook with using names and actual live photos. I don't know about that. And then another thing goes on about the social side is there's going to be apps on your smartphone, tablets and all that, so it all links together, so you'll be able to basically sign in, challenge people and everything. They're trying to make it a big giant network, so everything is connected to it. So that's that one. And then you got your personalisation. It says it will learn your likes and dislikes, which essentially is a tracking cookie, and these are the things I delete on my flipping computer, so that it doesn't keep sending me messages about what things I don't know. So yeah, so be careful what you look at. It knows you. And apparently another thing it'll do is it'll pre-download a game for you when it gets really, it like predicts what you want. Preload a game, I don't know if I like that. Is it going to be thinking that I like all the expensive games by Sony? It probably will, won't it? So right, that's pretty much all the stuff from Mark Cerny. And then now David Perry comes out going over some of the same stuff, so I'll just tell you the new stuff he tells you about. So along with the social side, he says you will let you know what games your friends are buying. Well, okay. You could just ask them if they're your friends. Why don't you just ask them? But there we go. Try before you buy, which I do like that. So you get to try the game out, pretty much a demo of it, which is pretty cool. Then the share button, so you can go live using Ustream and obviously share footage that you've already had. Then they go over remote play. You can put a game in like your PlayStation 4, and if you can't play it there and you want to take it out, you can go and connect it with your PS Vita. It's just trying to make the sales of the Vita go up by the looks of it, because I don't think many people bought it. Maybe that's what they connected it in. But it does sound pretty cool. But there we go. And then he goes on about the PS Cloud. So you can't play PlayStation 3 games. So you're going to have to keep your PlayStation 3. But they will be apparently making them downloadable. Also PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1 games. But at what cost? Right, Michael Denny then comes out, talks a load of rubbish. I mean, all these people seem to have taken a class by Tony Blair. If you don't know who Tony Blair is, he is an old Prime Minister of England. And he always used to do the hand gestures. And they all seem to be doing this for Sony. He's basically introducing the games. And we get a few game trailers now. And this is the second one. It's the Killzone Shadow. It's by Guerrilla. And it looks good. I mean, I don't know if you played the Killzone. It's like a futuristic shooter. I think it looks cool, but I'd like to see the multiplayer. I mean, like all these trailers, I will stick a link on the page now if you click it, and it will take you to the full trailer because I'll just go over it. Next trailer we see is Drive Club by Evil Studios, and it's a driving game. By the name, you could probably tell that. The cars do look really good, and they're meant to be really realistic, and it's not just racing. Apparently you can join clubs, a bit like clans, you know, you would in Call of Duty or whatever, and you can challenge people around the world and stuff like that. Right, so the next game they show is Infamous, Second Son this is, and it's by Sucker Punch. And if you don't know what Infamous is, it's basically a superhero kind of game, fights against the right for freedom, you know, and I think it was a government experiment if you play the first one, and obviously this is his son then, or something, I don't know, or another person that has superpowers to fight against the tyranny of the world, and it looks good, but you don't actually see gameplay, you see a cinematic. Again, I will put the annotation so you can press the button if you want. Then we see Witness, and it's a puzzle game. It's apparently 24 hours of gameplay, which is compressed world. It's a free roaming world, but compressed so you don't go too far, which doesn't sound like too much of a free roaming world. It's a free roaming world, but you got to stick to a certain path. But yeah, anyway, it's a puzzle game. If that's your kind of thing, you might like that. Yeah, it did look pretty good. Right, so David Cage comes out and he's the creator of Heavy Rain. So now we get to come back and have a look at the graphic of the console. Do look pretty awesome. Apparently they're using 30,000 polys to make a picture up. So it's going to look more like cinematic movies. Right, so then the next thing that comes out is Media Molecules. And they're basically trying to find a use for PlayStation Move control and about sculpting. So they do like a little sculpting thing, and I'll show you another link to a video of basically what they created, like a little music thing they do at the end, and show you how they made a little sculpting world. And I'm not sure how the music aspect works into it, but you like make little plays by sculpting characters and worlds, but you don't have to sculpt them. Apparently you can use presets or some kind of thing. Right, so we go back to trailers and we go down to one by Capcom, and it's called Deep Down. Don't actually know what this is, but it looks pretty cool. Again, it's a cinematic, and what happens is Knight fighting some dragon or something like that, and then Blanca from Street Fighter sends a text message at the end. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what this is. It might be Street Fighter. I don't know what it is. But again, I'll leave a link to the trailer if you want to watch that one. Right, and then we have another trailer, which is Final Fantasy. Obviously the new one by the looks of it, and it's another cinematic. It's by Square Eggs, and I'll put another link in the description. If you don't know what Final Fantasy is, a cinematic story, tells a story, and there's bits of gameplay between it. It's mainly a story. That's the kind of thing with it. Right, then we have Ubisoft comes out with Watch Dogs, and that is about a vigilante who can control electrical stuff, you know, about the Watch Dogs, they're watching you kind of thing, you like trains, cash machines, power boxes, lights, all that. It looks pretty good, so I'll put a trailer up for that one as well. So then we have Blizzard, which is a PC gamer who comes out, which is a shock apparently, and they're showing that Diablo 3 will be coming out. There is no trailer for this, but apparently it's going to be like a split screen 4-player, and it will be coming out on a PS3 and PS4. Right, so for the last trailer that they bring out, the big showstopper, was Destiny, which is by Bungie with Activision or something, and they're helping with, and that will be for the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4. There is a trailer out already, but there's apparently, there's a few bit more footage, so I'll show you that again, just press the link. And it's like an open world shooter. It looks really good, to be fair, and it's meant to be like the first shared world shooter or something like that. And apparently there will be exclusive PS content. See? Yeah, exclusives. Don't be buying these Xboxes yet. Exclusive PS content. And that's pretty much the end of the show. And I know! What the... They didn't show you the cost. They didn't show you what it was. But this is only a rumour, by the way. You can't take this information as pure gold, right? But the thing is, apparently it's meant to be coming out in November, the console. And it's meant to be in two price ranges. $429 or $529, two different specs, I think. Which is around 300 of your English pound, but I don't actually know the exchange rate perfectly. So there we go. That's it. Edmonkey out.